Hey, how are you doing today? Hope you are doing well. This is David Virginia, balancing the triad, body, mind, and spirit. Today it's June 24th. I think I got my dates right. Let me double check here. Hang on, yep, about it was. Just had to make sure. So 6 months until Christmas Eve. Just in case you want to get your shopping started. All right, so balance the triad. Except normally I go right into a description first, but in this case I want to talk about directly as today's subject. So balancing the triad versus balance the triad, body, mind, spirit. The way I purposely chose this several years ago when I started first talking about this. And simple the reason is balancing is in action. And that's part of it. You got the connection, talked about a couple of videos about body, mind, spirit. They all intertwine together. But yet life is ever changing. Life is dynamic. So I don't believe it's necessarily possible to balance the triad. I think you might be able to if you're a monk sitting on a mountaintop or inside of a cave, not mountaintop, inside of a cave somewhere. You might be able to balance the triad where everything's perfectly balanced, and even then it might not be for very long. But for the rest of us, it's balancing. It's an ongoing journey. It's never ending, which, hey, if you're living life, I don't think it should be. There should be an end to that journey. It's goes just in line with one of the videos I covered not too long ago, which was when I shared up with a friend, Leslie, about how a friend of hers asked her, when is it enough to basically stop working on yourself? And I realized I don't think you should. I don't think there is an end to stop working on yourself. There's always something to get better on. So that's basically part of what balancing the triad is. The connection between the three is it's ever evolving, it's ever changing, depends on what's going on in your life. Are you dealing with some type of illness, injury, recovery, where you might be focusing a little more on physical because you need your body to rest. You might need some nutrients to help recover from whatever you're going through. Maybe if it was an accident, maybe you're also working on your mind a little bit. Okay, what happened? What took place? What can I do? Are you dealing with insurance issues? If you're working with a lost loved one or lost relationship, maybe you might be going into the mind as well. What went wrong? What happened? What could I have done? What am I going to do without this person? As well as some spiritual aspects about what's going on. Why me? What am I feeling? What's this pain going on? So it's ever changes, ever dynamic. The way I have, if you were to visually represent this, I've done it before in some old videos when I kind of made them up, is that I think of sometimes balance the triad as like a pie chart. Think of a round pie chart, and you got the three quadrants, body, mind, and spirit. But those division lines are always moving back and forth depending on what's going on in your life. Even if everything's doing good, you're really good, you're doing great physically, mentally, and spiritually, something comes up. Excuse me. Whether that is maybe you ate some food that didn't settle with you very well. Well, now you got to focus on physically a little more. If you woke up, if you dealt with some rough night of sleep for whatever reason, maybe there's a noise going outside that can't disrupt your sleep. Well, now you're dealing physically because you're tired, but also mentally you got to focus on what's going on. If the weather changes, it's been nice and comfortable, now suddenly it's hot outside. You're going to be working with your physical aspect. So it's ever evolving and changing. It's not stagnant. And again, as I mentioned, you're living life. I don't believe there can't be a stagnant. The only time I think it's stagnant is when you're dead. And even then, you got the spiritual world, so that goes on to a whole different realm. Literally and figuratively. But the idea with balancing the triad is to make sure that's ever going on. It's balancing. It's an action item. You're always working on it. But what that means is going to be completely up to you. As I go through these videos and stuff, I will give you some ideas for you to at least start with. Maybe play around with it, figure out and change it, modify it, move direction, add something, take something away. It's not one size fits all. As you heard me say this many times, it's not one size fits all, it's not a cookie cutter. It's going through and realizing what works for you. So I just want to at least touch bases on that again, is that realizing it's balancing, it's an action. You're ever changing, life's moving, life's changing, life's evolving, and you work and flow right along with it. So in essence, that is why it's balancing the triad versus balance the triad. Balance to me is I come across you reaching a stationary point where it is perfectly balanced. But balancing, it's ever moving, it's ever evolving because you don't know what's going on in life. And that's part of the journey, part of how we learn, part of how we grow. All right, so just let me know your thoughts on that between balancing versus balance and maybe how that factors into your own life. All right, so take care. We'll catch you next time and balancing to you. Bye-bye.